Arena Cartage, Citywide Disposal, Scott Harris Hospitality, and Onesti Entertainment.
There it is.
Live from State Street, it is the 2024 Columbus Day Parade in downtown Chicago. Buon pomeriggio. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ryan Cheverini, but today it's Ryan Chiavarini. We're going to say it the right way.
I'm going to have to practice that a few times.
Yeah, you got it. And, of course, we got the band back together from last year. ABC7 anchor and reporter Liz Nagy. Today you are full Italian. You got your Italian red on.
I need to come up with a fun variation of the name for that.
We're going to work on it. We got 2 hours to do it. And we have our MVP, but we call him our MVI, our most valuable Italian, in the booth. Pasquale Gianni, welcome back again this year.
Thank you. Great to be back with the A-team.
All right, this should be fun. All right, we're going to have a good time over the next 2 hours. We're so glad to be back here on State Street. It is a beautiful day. The theme of this year's Columbus Day Parade, Bridging Gaps, Celebrating Heritage, and Protecting Our Culture. Gianni, glad to have you back with us.
It's great to be back. Of course, my grandfather was the resident expert in this booth for 47 years, and I know, of course, I have tremendous shoes to fill, and we're going to have a terrific day yet again down State Street, that great street.
Yeah, well, we call you the MVP for a reason. You are fluent in Italian. You're going to help us with some of our pronunciations. And Chiavarini, I'm going to do my best, all right, today. And we're going to welcome our fourth member of our broadcast team. His name ends in a vowel, so we call him Italian today. Greg Dutra, ABC7 meteorologist, just about a block north of here at State and Wacker.
Yeah, I am, and how cool is this? We've got the parade float parked right here at State and Wacker. We're all staged and ready to go. We've got, of course, Ron Onesti, the JCCIA president, along with me. We've got people in from Italy. We've got marathon runners in. It's a fantastic day. We're getting ready for the opening ceremony now, and I'm going to let Ron take it away. Ron.
Thank you. Ciao a tutti. How's everyone doing today? Benvenuti a Chicago and downtown right here in State and Wacker. My name is Ron Onesti, president of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. We've been putting on this beautiful parade since 1952. This is a great day where we celebrate the wonders of the Italian heritage and culture. Who's Italian out there today? You're only partially right. You're all Italian today. We all are. But the interesting thing about Columbus Day and our parade is that we celebrate our Italian heritage and culture. Our theme this year is Bridging Gaps, celebrating our heritage and protecting our culture. We're fighting to keep our heritage and culture alive, but we're doing peacefully. And one of the things we're doing this year, we have members of our Native American friends, brothers and sisters from tribes around the country joining with us in peace and harmony to show that communication and mutual respect goes a long way. So that's what we're celebrating today. And remember, today we're Italian Americans, Native Americans, Polish Americans, African Americans, Asian Americans. What is the common denominator? We are all Americans. So I hope you have a great day. We have a couple of special surprises for you coming up in just a moment. But now we will salute our two countries with Miss Daniela Crocco doing our national anthem. dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Go Italy! Let's hear for Daniela Crocco. And now I'd like to bring up, where's Father Fragamini? He's here somewhere? There he is. How do I get in there? You gotta squeeze in here. This is showbiz, Father. You wanna do it from there? There we go. From the Shrine of Our Lady of Pompeii, Father Richard Fragamini.
Let us pray. May this Columbus Day parade be a celebration of unity and shared history, honoring the vibrant contributions of Italian Americans and indigenous peoples. As we walk side by side today, may it symbolize our greater journey on...
All right, it was just an absolutely fantastic pair of national anthems we've had. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes with more from the opening ceremonies.
Streets together in peace. May we also walk the earth, one human family.
Hello.
Can you turn that off? It helps me think. I just need 2 minutes.
Did you hear that? That was just me breaking wind.
FX is what we do in the shadows.
Extremely freaky.
Premieres October 21st on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Tension. Do you live with chronic knee pain? Is climbing the stairs, even standing up, frustrating and painful? Please note that knee replacement surgery is not your only option. A treatment is now available that is so effective, Medicare fully approved it, and it's not surgery. It's a lubricating gel that the highly trained doctors at the Joint Relief Institute gently place inside your knee, stimulating your body's ability to improve the cushioning inside the joint that you've lost over the years. We've treated over 20,000 patients, resulting in thousands of 5-star Google reviews.
People don't understand pain unless they really live with it. And the relief that these shots have given me is unbelievable.
I've received treatment and walked out pain-free. It was quite awesome.
Stop living in pain. Appointments are filling up fast, and the call is 100% free. Call 1-800-431-3914. That's 1-800-431-3914.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. A Kona concrete repair is a ready-to-use crack filler and sealer. It's durable, flexible, and can be used for interior and exterior applications. A tube is only $1.99 after rebate. Get hot water when you need it with a Richmond 50-gallon Smart Electric water heater. Its Leak Guard technology detects any potential water leaks and sends an alert to your smartphone. Now $599.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Dear Dr. K, I used to think I was never meant to be beautiful. I was teased because of my teeth. I didn't like the person looking back at me in the mirror. I never thought I could afford dental implants. You and your team worked within my budget and helped me feel confident in the plan we made together. I love my new smile. Thank you.
Congratulations. You have a beautiful soul, Cynthia.
Finance the smile you want for as low as $148 a month per arch. Schedule a free consultation.
Buongiorno. On behalf of myself and Scott Harris Hospitality family, I'm delighted to serve as chairman of the 2024 Columbus Day Parade. My family and I are truly honored and are looking forward to celebrating with you all.
We want to extend our sincere appreciation to the Italian-American community and for your incredible support over the past 40 years.
Buongiorno, io sono un italiano. Io sono veramente onorato di aver scelto con tutti gli amici questo grande uomo per la parata del 2024 per Columbus.
Grazie a tutti! Happy Columbus Day!
On behalf of our executive board and our president, Tom Stidi, we would like to recognize the hardworking men and women of the Teamsters Union and the great Italian-American community of Chicago who helped to make this city great. Have a fabulous Columbus Day.
Ciao a tutti! I'm Ava Salvaggi, the 2024 Columbus Day Queen. It is truly an honor to represent the Italian-American community on such a special occasion. I wish you all a great parade and keep on celebrating the Italian-American traditions.
The 2024 Columbus Day Parade is sponsored in part by
Buongiorno. Welcome back, everybody. A look at State Street, that great street on a chilly Columbus Day this year. We got the jackets on, but hopefully the sun's going to come back out and we're going to warm back up. But Liz Nagy, we got your Italian name. We're only 10 minutes into the broadcast and you already got it.
We sure do. Am I introducing? Yeah, yes. I thought you were going with it. We're going to go with Negliani.
Negliani, Liz Negliani. And Pasquale Gianni, he does not need an Italian name for him. Fluent in Italian your entire life?
Pretty much, yes. And everyone's Italian on Columbus Day. You know that, Liz and Ryan. Right. And I think Liz chose well.
Thank you.
Liz chose well.
I didn't even consult you. I should have asked you before we came up with this.
Yeah, if you put an Arini on anything, it's Italian. That's for sure. But let's check back in with Greg Dutra, who is at the opening ceremony just about a block and a half north of here at State and Wacker.
Mr. Paul Anka! Yeah, in our yard, we are getting ready for something that is special. Mr. Paul Anka, you see, was just introduced here, and he has wrote a song and is now going to perform it.
They asked me to do this. They said, say a few words and get on the float. I said, not me, I'm a songwriter. So I put together this song that I originally wrote for Frank Sinatra. Today is for all of you, the city of Chicago, all my Italian friends, all my American friends, we're all one. This is my way, your way, the new way. This is for you. Hit it, boys.
1 second, Paul. I have a surprise, actually. I know you love surprises, but unfortunately.
What's that?
John, are we good? Okay, good. Paul, I should be up there with you. But we want to give you a very special award.
Okay.
This is the first annual JCCIA Columbus Medal for Lifetime Achievement for what you've done for all of us, the whole world, especially your gift to us of My Way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You want me to come down there, Ronnie? I'll just take it and I'll put it on after. Yeah, hang on to it for me. Hey, everybody, thank you. I'll take this from all of you.
Yes.
That's it, to all of you. Okay, can we hit the music? Could you give a hand, please, to these fellow musicians that have come here to perform today? Hit it. That's Todd over there. Where's Josh? Josh and Eliza over there. Give them a hand, would you, folks? Welcome them. You can sit down if you want, buddy. Full stride. Friends side by side, wearing your pride like a medallion. With glee, this great legacy makes us feel we are all Italian. Yes, to cheer your heritage dear, you all gather here by Lake Michigan's shoreway, so to honor you for all that you do, here's my way, your way. One phone call, my pal said, Paul, come join us all. That pal is my bestie. So I go to Chicago pronto, and who could say no? can't jest. I'm honored and blessed by Ron's request. My grateful Guyway, right here on State. It sure feels great to join all of you my way. For fun, food, and friends, there's never a lack. And you're gonna get those statues back. We lost Anthony Rizzo, and that's a sum. But what's with those White Sox? I found out. Like Frank I found in this toddling town, life sure swings your way. Josh, right over there, folks. Today, with ICCIA, love leads the way in your windy city. Instead of fear or dread, no blue, no red, and no dirt from P. Diddy. It's true, there's so much to do, but we'll come through in our Empower way. We have new roads to blaze in 22 days. When we vote, everybody get out and vote and do it our way. And now andiamo. But before we do, my wish for every one of you, may you each shine in sun or shade and proudly lead your parade. Grazie mille, this great Columbus Day, and I thank you.
Are you kidding
All
right,
What
how
just happened
about
right
that? Great performance, and we'll be right back with the start of the 2024 Columbus Day Parade.
What is your what? I give to you, you all deserve it. Well,
Ciao, I'm Ariana Gulo-Arthur, and these are my sisters, Alessia and Angelica. Our family produces locally made pasta sauces with love. It's the closest thing you can get to homemade sauce in a jar. We are proud to be a part of Columbus Day. Congratulations to the JCCIA, and thank you for keeping this tradition alive. Happy Columbus Day!
For nearly 60 years, Toronto Baking Company has been dedicated to creating exceptional breads and baked goods for our loyal customers. Honoring the traditions, techniques, and passion for artisan bread baking passed down throughout generations, the Toronto family continues to innovate and deliver authentic, distinctive, and handcrafted products to our customers daily. From our family to yours since 1962, sempre avanti.
Hi, I'm Carly, owner of Divine Design and Marketing, located in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. We are an Italian-American family-owned business specializing in graphic design, web design, video photography, and animation. Looking to build your brand? Reach out to us today at divinedesignmarketing.com for more information. On behalf of all of us, I want to wish you a happy Columbus Day.
City of Hope. We're more than just a top-ranked cancer hospital. For over 100 years, we've been making breakthroughs, pushing the limits of what's possible, targeting cancer at the molecular level, pioneering treatments used worldwide. At City of Hope, your entire cancer-fighting team is bound together by a single mission: to cure your cancer. And now City of Hope is closer than ever, creating the cures of tomorrow for patients in Northern Illinois today.
Are you sure? You tend to exaggerate. Go ahead. Call him yourself.
Thank you for calling Aetna. How can I help you?
Do you really have Medicare plans that cover dental, vision, and hearing?
Yes, all three. Plus, we have plans that include a monthly allowance for certain over-the-counter products.
Really?
That's right. Aetna also has Medicare Advantage plans with a $0 monthly plan premium.
Oh, I like that.
Don't wait. Call 1-888-AETNA-23 to find an Aetna Medicare Advantage plan that meets your unique needs.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a $0 or low monthly plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and $0 or low prescription drug copays with free home delivery. Free over-the-counter healthcare items, free fitness benefits, WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits, Twill, a digital mental health and social support resource, and rides to and from the doctor and pharmacy. Plus, extra benefits including the WellCare Spendables debit card, which you can use for gas, groceries, rent, utilities, qualified home improvement items, as well as over-the-counter health items. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be right for you. Call 877-282-3567. Now, that's 877-282-3567.
Ciao and welcome to the 2024 edition of Chicago's Columbus Day Parade. This year's theme is Bridging Gaps, Celebrating Our Heritage, and Protecting Our Culture. We welcome members of several other ethnic communities to share in this time-honored tradition. In particular, we welcome members of the Native American community from around the country in a sign of peace, respect, and communication. We are all proud, we are all strong, and the time has come for us all to be arm in arm in unity. Thank you for sharing with us this very special tradition. Have a great day and have a great Columbus Day Parade.
Big thank you to Ron Onesti, who works so hard helping to put this parade together every year. Welcome back to the 2024 Columbus Day Parade. Opening ceremonies just concluded. And Pasquale, I don't know if I've heard that version by Paul before of My Way.
You know, believe it or not, that was the first time I have as well. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And Paul Anka, what a legend. We're happy to have him here in Chicago at our parade.
Yeah,
83 years young and going strong.
We'll look forward to seeing him come down State Street in just a little bit. Well, this parade has, of course, been a tradition here in the Chicago community. And there's some faces you might recognize here.
Hey, Joe Montaigne here. Wishing all my friends back in Chicago to have a great Columbus Day.
Chicago, have a happy Columbus Day.
Couple of legends right there, Joe Montaigne and Frankie Valli. I got to say, I think I've seen Jersey Boys 5 or 6 times. I've also seen Frankie Valli perform right across the street at the Chicago Theater, and I know he was just honored over the weekend.
He was indeed. Saturday evening, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons did a terrific show at the Rosemont Theater, and Frankie Valli was given an award by the JCCIA. As you also saw, Paul was in recognition of what this day represents, the contributions of not only Italian Americans, but people to the idea of multicultural exchange, which Columbus's voyage, unifying the globe, ultimately represented. The great exchange of ideas and goods and cultures and people. So cheers to Paul Anka, to Frankie Valli for making our world a little better place with their touch of art and music and song.
And still performing after all these years.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we would be remiss, though, if we didn't mention some of those that we have lost in the past year.
It's two giants in the Italian-American community here in Chicago, Tony Durpetti and Joanne Serpico. Pasquale, you know them personally, both of them.
Absolutely. Joanne Serpico was a legend in our community. She was the lifeline of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. I miss her voice dearly. You know, she was somebody you could never say no to. Whenever there was a request for our community, she will be missed dearly, and I don't know what our community is going to do without her, because she volunteered countless hours to the cause. Tony Derpetti is somebody that we just lost a couple of weeks ago. He was a consummate gentleman. He was a husband, a father, and my thoughts and prayers are with his wife Marion, and his daughter Michelle, and her husband Colin. Tony was a restaurateur. He ran the iconic Gene and Giorgetti restaurant, and he's somebody that will forever be locked in my heart. So rest in peace, Joanne, and rest in peace, Tony.
And they just had an incredible memorial service for him a few weeks ago. Just a giant in the restaurant community here in Chicago.
Absolutely, since 1941.
Wow.
And they're going to be going another 83 years. Believe me, that is when somebody comes to Chicago, I tell them go to Gene and Giorgetti's. you can't go wrong.
And I have to imagine people lining the parade route here and in the parade today will be thinking of both of those people as they parade down State Street. Such a day that's important to that community.
Without question, this parade is dedicated to their honor and legacy.
And you got to think about Italian culture, music, art. You mentioned that, but the food scene here in Chicago.
Right.
I mean, I've obviously been in Chicago for a couple of decades now, and watching the waistline is a challenge. But so many great places and so much influence, so many great restaurateurs. We're going to be mentioning them throughout the broadcast. But your go-to spot, I know this is tough, Pasquale. Your go-to spot.
I have to be a diplomat. There's so many, and I couldn't offend anybody because we do have such a rich culinary scene here in Chicago. I lived in New York, and I'll tell you, I think we give Manhattan a run for its money. This is a restaurant town.
Okay, if you can't choose restaurant though, what's your go-to comfort dish?
Well, pasta of any variety, and I'm definitely not a picky eater, but I have to quote Anthony Bourdain on this one. When in doubt, go for the cream sauce.
Okay, you're a cream sauce guy.
And I can only make really one great dish, and that's pasta fagioli. That's the way we say it in our family. I know pasta fagioli is probably the more accurate way, but it's the one dish that I learned from my grandmother, and it's been passed down. And my father approves, and he is old school Italian. He is as picky as they come when it comes to food. So the fact that anytime I visit him, I have to make the pasta fagioli for him. So I just made it for his 82nd birthday not long ago.
And you celebrated a birthday over the weekend. You're
I
a
did.
Columbus Day baby.
I am a Columbus Day baby, actually born on Columbus Day.
You too, right, Pasquale?
No. I'm a March Aries baby.
March, okay.
It's interesting. The initial iteration of Columbus Day was October 12th, and then when it got codified into the Federal Register of Holidays in the same bill as the Martin Luther King holiday, it became the second Monday in October for ease of people getting off of work. So.
That's right. This is celebrated on the second Monday in October every year, but I was born actually on October 12th.
This parade's actually for you. I don't think we've told you
I thought
yet.
it was a birthday parade. Yeah, I celebrated at La Scarola. I've been doing that every year for probably the last 15 years or so, but so many great restaurants. Valari, I mean, the list goes on, and you got to be diplomatic because I don't want to go into a restaurant in Chicago and get thrown out because I said another was my favorite.
There's a terrible dish at La Scarola with rigatoni, vodka sauce, and tiny little meatballs.
What's that called?
Yeah, what's it called?
The rigatoni chiavarini. Am I?
That's right. Here's what's funny about that. So they did name a dish after me because they can't get rid of me and I'm in there too much. But our former news director Jennifer Graves went in there and she didn't know, and she just thought chiavarini was just an Italian common word or some kind of dish. So she goes, there's a dish that's got your name on it at La Scarola.
Did they ask you about this?
Yeah. And sure enough, yeah, it is. So I guess that is their most sold dish at the restaurant, from what I understand.
It's
Must
terrific.
be a good one.
And that's certainly one of those that's towards the top of my list, among many others.
That's it. Well, hey, we are getting underway
it's go
here.
Time.
Chilly, but you know what? We are warm on the inside because we are celebrating Italian culture and the Columbus Day Parade kicking off right here with our very first members walking down State Street, and this is the official banner of the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans. Of course, the hosts of the annual Chicago Columbus Day Parade. Since 1952, the Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans has served as the Congress of more than 60-plus Italian American organizations in the Chicagoland area. Preservation of Italian culture, governmental relations, and the unification of Italian American community is the prime focus. The banner is once again carried by the Aloise family.
And they are followed by the Chicago Police Mounted Patrol Unit, introduced after a 25-year hiatus in 1974. The Mounted Patrol Unit currently has 32 horses. They're all acquired by the Chicago Police Department through purchases and donations. And this is important. To qualify for horse duty, they're chosen for uniformity, their size, and their temperament. Once the horse is chosen, they are put through some extensive training, as you would imagine, to become part of the police department. The Mounted Patrol also conducts daily patrols in the downtown area, along the lakefront, the museum campus, Lincoln and Grant Parks, and you will see them along the Mag Mile. They are also then followed by the Chicago Police Department Motorcycle Unit. We can take a look at them as they pass us here at the Chicago Theater.
And we hear the sirens, so Pasquale, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything last night, right?
You never know.
And we got some fun facts about Italy, too. I looked up some new ones this year.
Did you?
That's right.
Hit us. What you got?
Italy. We talk about some of our legends here getting up in age, but they've got plenty of ways to go because Italy, known for having one of the highest life expectancies in the world, people in the region of Sardinia often live past 100. Now, that is impressive, and that's a goal right there. Life goals.
It's that Mediterranean diet.
I think they're one of the few blue zones on Earth, right?
That's correct.
All right.
And then we got the Illinois Patriot Guard motorcycle riders, as you just saw, founded in 2005, 100% volunteer-based nonprofit with thousands of motorcycle riders in all 50 states, followed by the Great Lakes Navy Band and Military Color Guard. Pride and service has been the theme for the Great Lakes Navy Band for more than a century. From 1917, when Lieutenant Commander John Philip Sousa served as bandmaster, to today's band under the direction of Lieutenant Commander Christopher Cornett. Their music represents the pride and professionalism synonymous with the United States Navy since the band's inception in 1911.
They have been around a while, and it is not a parade without a color guard. We're going to see a lot of marching bands here today, but this, of course, is an absolutely spectacular one.
Love the uniforms, love the music.
All right, Pasquale, here they come. This is the front line of dignitaries with the JCCIA. We're going to let you take this one away.
And indeed, there are many. Of course, led by JCCI President Rano Nesti. You have State Representative Anthony DeLuca, one of our finest
Hold on 1 second. We got to cut in here with one of our very own dignitaries. That is the President and General Manager, John Idler. They're waving. He's got his sash on in the middle. He makes this parade possible as well. One of our legends here at ABC7.
And a big fan of Italian culture and food.
And we're deeply grateful to the partnership with John. We have our Attorney General, of course, Kwame Raoul, the state of Illinois. Thanks for joining us, Kwame. He's joined also by State Treasurer Michael Frericks.
And you got to address this, the village of Elmwood Park.
Look at this. They pulled out the vintage squad unit for this.
Love it. Got to thank the reviewing Stand Master of Ceremonies, Village of Elmwood Park Mayor Angelo Skip Saviano. But yeah, riding in style in the parade this year.
And Skip's been manning that post for years. We deeply appreciate his service in this parade.
All right, and here we go, the River Grove Marching Band. As we said, we are going to see a lot of those marching bands here today. Grammar School, about 750 students from kindergarten through 8th grade. And the band program is open to students in 4th through 8th grade. They are under the direction of Mr. Scott Rudnick, the principal, Ms. Christine Trujillo, and the superintendent, Jen Rashid.
Anybody in band in high school?
I was not. What about you?
No band. I was playing football, but I never got to see the halftime show.
Right.
Once in a while, you hear it. Now, as a fan of football,
the band and the football team go hand in hand.
That's it. You got it.
Were you in the marching band?
I was not, but I was just going to say I'm deeply grateful to all of these marching bands and schools that lend their talents. This is really what makes our parade one of the more unique, other than the fact that it marches down State Street.
Yeah, and the fact that it unifies so many different cultures. We talked about bridging the gap. I know that there are 5 different Native American tribes represented this year and more than 50 Native Americans this year.
All right, and Pasquale, why don't you tell us who we are seeing right here?
Yes, we have the Joe Martucci unit of the Italian American Police Association. He was also a founding member of the Italian American Labor Council in 1966. He was a 42-year business agent of the Teamsters Union and proud grandfather of our Columbus Day Queen, Eva Salvaggi. He's joined by his friend Patrice Camarosa.
And there she is, our queen, with the Queen Wave and her court. The Joint Civic Committee of Italian Americans, Columbus Day Parade, Queen and Court.
Yes, of course. We have our queen, Eva Salvaggi, and our runner-up, Ms. Capizano, and the entire Queen's Court, Stephanie Corona, Francesca De Luca, Katrina Giannoni, Olivia Greco, Vincenza Martino, Diamana Mills, Graziella Narcisi, Anna Maria Novak, Stefania Lucia Novak, Annalisa Ranghini, Giada Rotti, Nicole Ruggiero, and Marielle Vestuto Lanford. The Columbus Day Queen Float is sponsored by Mike Salvaggi and TK Concrete Inc.
A beautiful
No shortage of vowels on that float, that's for sure.
All right,
Our Melrose Park Police Department.
All right, now we're really getting rolling with this parade. They're moving along here today.
Yeah, the Melrose Park Police Department with Mayor Ronald Serpico and the Nina Ship float. The Nina Ship, of course, one of the 3 ships sailed by Columbus in his first voyage to the West Indies. And Ronald Serpico has been mayor since 1997 with deep family roots in Melrose Park. He honors his grandfather, Dom Serpico, who immigrated to the village in the early part of the 20th century. And Ronald Serpico, believing in his grandfather's vision of the American dream, successfully ran for mayor in 1997. Ron then refocused village priorities based on the hopes, dreams, and concerns of all of its residents.
This must feel like something of a family reunion for you, seeing so many familiar faces heading down State Street. That's probably.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, because this is the day that, of course, our community comes out in full force and really unifies behind this special day to celebrate our heritage and culture.
And it is a real celebration.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Pasquale, you were actually born on State Street during the parade, in this parade. How many years ago?
On a bar stool right over there.
Literally, you've been coming to this parade your entire life.
I wouldn't miss it, and you know, this is just another iteration. You know, being here is obviously a great honor in the booth with the both of you.
All right, this is the Supreme Lobster and Seafood Company float going by here right now. The Santa Maria float. Supreme Lobster and Seafood is the leading distributor of fresh and frozen products in the Midwest and the Las Vegas region, servicing more than 5,000 restaurants and supermarkets. We want to say thank you to Dominic Stramalia. Did I say that correctly?
Absolutely. One of the fine men in our community who's doing great work always behind the scenes.
I had the honor of sitting next to him at dinner a few weeks ago, heard all about the industry. They are riding the Santa Maria float, which of course was the largest of the Columbus ships. The explorer Christopher Columbus is being portrayed by Jeff Hartman, and Queen Isabella from Spain, who financed the voyage, is being portrayed by Juliana Onesti.
And Scott Harris Hospitality, Francesca's Restaurants, parade chairman Scott Harris opened his first Mia Francesca's restaurant in 1992 in Chicago and has since grown into several restaurant concepts around the country. It's one of the most respected restaurants. He's one of the most respected restaurateurs in the industry, and that's where we did our Columbus Day dinner this year.
We sure did, and out into the suburbs as well, so there are all kinds of places to enjoy his food.
And Donnie Greco, the featured performer on the float. That was that Columbus Day dinner every year is something to look forward to.
I think I'm still full.
Yeah.
We don't want to miss also the Greco and Sons float, founded by Pasquale Greco. We have Nick Pontarelli featured on that float, and a salute to one of the finest men in America, Eddie Greco, who is just a constant source of pride for our community and is always there to lend a helping hand with his time and financial support.
All right, and here they are, the American Knights, the Police Motorcade Club. The American Knights Police Motorcycle Club is a social and charitable riding club comprised mostly of current and retired Chicago police officers. Uh-oh, there he is.
Yes, Paul Anka, Grand Marshal and JCCI Columbus Medal recipient. Well-deserved. Great performance earlier. Of course, Paul is a legendary singer, songwriter, and the writer of the Sinatra classic, My Way. As a kid, he sang in the choir at his church and briefly studied piano. He honed his writing skills with journalism courses, and by 13 even had his own vocal group.
The Bobby Soxers.
Yeah, who could forget? Yeah, since then, he's grown into a musical icon. His float is sponsored by Gibson's Restaurants and the Steve Lombardo family. Paul has a sold-out show at the Des Plaines Theater tonight, in fact, and he's playing at the Arcata Theater in St. Charles this Wednesday. Still going strong.
Still going strong.
Yeah.
And I think I told you my favorite Paul Anka fact is that he is the father-in-law of one Jason Bateman.
Yeah, who knew?
and of course Gibson's Restaurant Group. The car itself is driven by Joe Perillo of Perillo Motors, who's always integral to this parade, and the Gibson's Restaurant Group, another Italian-owned business. Although they don't serve Italian fare, it's one of the great institutions in the city of Chicago, and of course on one of the more famous corners of Rush and Bellevue.
I can attest to the fact that they make a great Negroni.
That's true.
Yeah, and Gibson's Italia, by the way, right? Located not
Right
far
here?
from here, right on the Chicago River. Another great restaurant spot.
No question. This, of course, the Old Neighborhood Italian-American Club is saluting Dominic DeFrisco, my grandfather. This is an organization very near and dear to my heart, led by Captain D. DeFazio. Of course, we have Butch Salvato, Peter Scalise. I'd like to wish Mrs. Marlene Salvato a happy 80th birthday. This 43-year-old club has been doing spectacular things. They have a building at the corner of 31st and Shields, more than 500 members, and they're just as vibrant as they were in 1981, continuing with so many charitable causes, catering to youth and servicemen and women.
They don't need a float, just walking down State Street like they own the place. I love it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, we got another Italy fun fact. The famous Leaning Tower of Pisa, you know, it was not designed to lean.
No.
But during early construction in the 12th century, it just started leaning, and now it is iconic, one of the most well-known, you know, attractions in Italy, and it leans at about a 4-degree angle. And I still have not been there.
I was just about to ask, have you been?
Yes, and isn't that funny how an architectural fault can grow to become one of the great wonders of the tourism world? So that's something that ought to be on your list if you haven't seen it yet.
Well, next year we're going to have to prop up the photo. You have one of the famous photos of you propping up the Tower of Pisa. It's mandatory, right? When you go, you have to take that photo.
That's
Absolutely.
right. Oh, I love that. I love that on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah.
That's it.
We're going to have to get that out for next year's parade.
Just like you're putting your finger on top of the Eiffel Tower.
That's right.
That's it. I will say, I haven't seen the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but I did go to Florence, Rome, Venice, and seeing the statue of David by Michelangelo, one of the most beautiful pieces of art that you will ever see in your life. And you really, the pictures don't do justice. You have to be there. You have to experience it. It's breathtaking, really.
We've got some circus performers that have been going behind us, having a good old time.
Hey, we got it all. We got it all here.
We sure do. Who's this here? The Colombian Club featuring John Anthony. Should we pause, listen to a little performance here?
Yes, since 1939, the Colombian Club of Chicago and its charitable foundation has given much-needed financial support to a variety of local charities, in addition to giving annual scholarships. Stu Caravello is the club's chairman. On the float performing today is Mr. John Anthony. Let's take a listen. Everywhere around the world, we're coming to America. Mr. John Anthony sounds great. You know,
I might
for
leave
50
you guys go
years,
jump on that float for the rest of the parade. They're having a good time.
That's a good time. The Neil Diamond Classic, of course, coming to America. My father has been a singer for 50 years, can sing beautifully in Italian, but of course, he has to do Coming to America, and that is a sing-along, no doubt.
Here we have the Chicago West Suburban Unico, the largest Italian-American service organization in the United States, founded in 1922. The name Unico was selected as best representing the nature and character of the organization, and its president is Donato Ancona.
And Unico is also, it became an acronym for Unity, Neighborliness, Integrity, Charity, and Opportunity. So it sort of serves a double meaning there.
Yeah, and being charitable and giving back is another big part, Pasquale. I know that you're involved in the Avanti group. Tell people a little bit more about that. I know they're in the parade as well, but giving back is a big part of that.
Absolutely. As we see the Chicagoland Italian-American Charitable Organization, Chaco going by on their float. And I'd also like to recognize the Gulo International Development Corporation, led there by its president, Giovanni Gulo, former parade chairman. You know, Avanti is a wonderful project that we started for young Italian Americans to really express their culture, to learn more about their culture and heritage, and to ultimately become the future of our community here in Chicago. And it's been a terrific experiment thus far.
We want to hear more about it as that parade goes on.
A lot of music coming down State Street.
I think this is Sal the Voice Valentini that's performing. He was Heidi Klum's favorite contestant on the show. He brings Sinatra's show to the Arcada Theater in St. Charles this weekend, so you can go check him out and hear more there.
Elk Grove Sister Cities.
Hey, let's check in with the fourth member of our broadcast team, Mr. Greg Dutra. Hey, Greg.
Hello, working through the crowd right now. What a fantastic turnout that we have. Everybody's, of course, got the Italian flags, and we have some first-timers here. Hi, guys. How you doing? Great. How are you? Good. Are you guys liking the parade? Yes. Where are you guys from?
Downers Grove.
Downers Grove. Where are you guys from?
From Italy, long time ago, right? Chicago.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
Chicago.
Oh, that's right, buddy. So they're here enjoying everything. They've grabbed some candy. I promised them that I would pick up some candy that maybe they didn't scrape up from the ground yet and hand it to them for talking to us. Are you guys enjoying the parade for the first time?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part? There's lots. Did you like the police cars?
Yeah.
Or the boats? Pretty good stuff too, right? What about you? What was your favorite part so far?
The police motorcycle.
Oh, the police motorcycles, always a crowd favorite. Of course, everybody's taking it, and it's a big family event down here. We're just having a fantastic time. I'm going to cruise around, find some more people, and you guys know I'm really waiting for the Italian sports cars to show up.
Always the best part.
Make sure you flag us down when that happens, or we'll just watch you speed by.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure you buy me one, buddy.
Yeah, okay. Dude, I'm on a weatherman salary. You think I'm making that kind of money?
I was going to say, it was my birthday Saturday, man.
Yeah, sorry, not going to happen. Maybe I'll lease one for you.
For the day, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Exactly, yeah. We'll roll back the miles on it, too. We'll put it up on a Cinnabon.
There we go.
All right, you're looking at the dancers from Christine Belpito School of Dance. For more than 40 years, Christine Belpito School of Dance has been located in the Chicago's Belmont-Cragen area. The award-winning studio offers a variety of dance classes, starting students at the age of 3. Today, they're performing Latin, hip-hop, and Mexican folklore dances.
All right, we'll take a listen in. Columbus Day Parade, always celebrating culture, and that was a huge mission from your grandfather, Dominic DeFrisco. It was all about inclusion, all about recognizing other cultures and respecting all cultures.
Absolutely, and that's why this parade, you'll see such a diverse group of ethnic, of racial, and of community groups that are participatory. You have a number of the consulates here in Chicago. You have people that contribute their expertise via dance and folk and song from such a variety of cultures, because that's ultimately what this day is all about.
And when you see little kids like the ones Greg just spoke to, it must remind you of some of your childhood memories coming down here on State Street every year without fail, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That child that you just saw was me 25 years ago, and it warms my heart.
And one other thing I read about Italy, obviously Italian is spoken throughout the country, but there are actually different dialects throughout the country.
Absolutely, and as you're seeing the Calabrese and America float, that's just a prime example. I wouldn't even be able to understand a Calabrese dialect.
Is that right?
Really?
It is. There are almost 20 distinct languages that you'd hear. I mean, here the Calabrese in America, they work closely with the region of Calabria. Their president, Chris DeSanto, they're such an active group with student exchange programs and scholarships. The Calabrese, I'll tell you, that would be, if you're looking at a map of Italy, the toe of the boot. They're known for their spicy food and hard heads. So
I know Calabrese and chili, right?
Exactly. My family always tells me I should have been born Calabrese because I love my hot foods.
A little spice never hurt anybody. Like the spicy Bloody Mary.
places across the country and around the world. Sergio Saratella, he's a proud dual citizen of Italy and the United States, and our chairman from last year. So they've helped so many wrongfully convicted men and women be exonerated and freed from prison. We appreciate their fine work.
Such important work, yeah. And then followed by the Italian American Executives of Transportation under the leadership of President Vito M. D'Ambrosio. The Italian American Executives of Transportation membership of more than 400 has raised funds for countless organizations and initiatives and is one of the most active groups in the community. And we're going to have a performer. It's going to be Rick Elvis Cotta you're going to see here shortly. Any musical talent from either one of you?
You don't want to hear me sing.
You're not doing the anthem next year?
You know, I have a couple of talents, and my voice is certainly not one of them.
No, you're the musical performer among us. We should have you sing us some Italian.
I don't know about that. I'm a dreamer, though. I am a dreamer. I love performing, and I love music. I am trying to learn Italian. I keep saying that every year, that I'm going to surprise you one of these years, and I'm going to be totally fluent. But hearing my father sing in Italian as a young kid, it was just magic to me, you know? It's just like...
I've seen your band, Ryan. You guys do a great job.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Are you reading a prompter? Tip you later.
Here we have ARSA, the Associazione Regionale Siciliana in America, a federation of Sicilian American organizations since 1983 to preserve and promote Sicilian heritage and culture. They have more than 10 affiliate organizations, including Maria Santissima Loretana di Altavilla Milicia, Pietro Giovanni Liccio di Caccamo, San Leoluca di Corleone, near and dear to my heart, San Giuseppe di Cateldaca, Santa Fara di Cinisi.
All right, let's check in with Greg Dutra.
Greg's joined the parade at this point, Greg.
I have, yeah. I've become an honorary member of the parade, too. So I am joined by Frank Blackcloud here, and he has come in as part of the
NAGA, Native American Guardian Association. So we stand firm on Native American imagery, educating the public on where we stand on these items. You know, there's a misconception out there that we are against logos such as the Blackhawks, Fighting Sioux, Redskins. In fact, 90% of American Indians support these type of items. So when the Italians reached out to us and wanted to get our feeling on how we felt about them, well, of course we had to stand with them, because cancel culture is taking everybody's voice away and telling us what we should feel and how we should feel, when in fact we have the right as Americans to feel any way we want and to support anything that we wish.
So as part of the Native American Guardians Association, you're trying to protect the imagery, right? Like, yes, have it used but protected and respected?
Of course, protected, respected, honored for what it is. We come from a warrior society, and people want to emulate that, and that makes us very proud.
Good. Well, we're glad you're here. We hope that you're proud to be here as well.
Oh, most definitely.
I'll let you keep on going, and we want to take some of this in too, because so tell me what's going on here.
Okay, so these are dancers here. They're actually performing for you. You have jingle dress dancer, fancy dress dancers. You have plenty of other chicken dance. There's plenty of different culture. It's all Sioux dancers right now, though.
Okay.
But there's many different styles, and I tell you what, this is an expression of our ancestry.
And when is this traditionally done?
At powwows, birthdays, funerals. I mean, you name it. They'll do this type of a dance for anybody, honoring, and this is an honor.
And would you ever imagine that you would add Columbus Day Parade to that list?
No, I didn't, but I tell you what, it's 531 years in the making, so it's about time.
It is. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for marching in the parade today, and thank you for bringing your culture along with it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chicago is a beautiful city.
Thank you.
Yeah, we keep talking about bridging the gap. 5 different tribes represented today, and so many cultures. It's just a beautiful coming together.
And a lot of generations there as well. Such an honor to see them perform their dances.
And I like getting a little history lesson too, learning about the different dances and the culture. And that Blackhawk sweater has got to be the best in all of the NHL. So nice to see the support.
It's
there
such
as well.
a beautiful people and culture, and a nod to the fact that these different groups and communities, whether you're Native American, Italian American, African, we have so much more that ultimately unites us than seeks to tear us down. And we're so happy to have them here in our parade, marching together arm in arm.
And that is is what the celebrating our culture, protecting our culture, and bridging the gap means. That's the theme of this year's parade. You'll see that weaved throughout the entire thing.
The Bellevue, Chicago. Have you been there, Liz? Absolutely. The Bellevue, Chicago, formerly known as a different very famous restaurant in Chicago that has moved, but indulge in the finer things at the Bellevue. One of the city's most well-known restaurants, an oasis in Chicago's Gold Coast. The Triangle also has some other names. We'll skip on that.
The corner of Rush and Bellevue.
Yes.
It's one of the finest in the world, and of course, we salute Fred Barbara, the proprietor of the Bellevue restaurant. Another great Italian-American success story, and someone who is always there to lend a helping hand to our community.
And who are they celebrating this year?
Mother Frances Caprini, one of the great canonized saints, Italian immigrant who came to be so synonymous with the Catholic and charitable endeavors here in the United States.
And they are followed by Citywide Disposal, Chicago's premier affordable roll-off dumpster junk removal and eco-friendly recycling center, proudly displaying the Italian flags.
Also of the Barbara family, Tony Barbara. Thank you for joining us.
There you go. Now, have you been to the Bellevue yet, Liz?
I have. It's good.
Very good. Highly recommend espresso martini after dinner. That's
nice Italian espresso in there.
That's it. You got to have it. Plus, it's healthy, right? Because it's got some espresso in there. So
That's right.
that's it.
All your vitamins.
Yeah. Michael Tadden. The Michael Tadden float, sponsored in memory of the Berducci family from Bridgeport, featuring Chicago's own Piano Man Band. Let's take a listen.
Absolutely.
Now, if that doesn't look like Billy Joel.
I was going to say, I had to do a double take there.
Fittingly, with the Piano Man Band.
And then, of course, following the Michael Tadden float, we have the Marina Cartage truck in memory of Anthony Mini Bartucci, founder of Marina Cartage in 1958. They've been providing outstanding delivery, transport, and storage solutions to Chicago and the Midwest for over 50 years. They're the premier waste hauler. Marina specializes in special waste hauling, intermodal transport, and construction equipment. A green company. Their vehicles are Smart Ways certified for fuel efficiency and eco-friendly components. Thanks so much, Mike Tadden, Senior and Junior, Lee and Christina. We always welcome you with open arms to our parade because you're one of the finest in Chicago and everything that this city should
All right,
be
Pasquale,
represented
we're going to
by.
have you tell the people who we are seeing now as well.
Up next, yes, the Order of Sons and Daughters of Italy in America, the Grand Lodge of Illinois and Wisconsin. This is, of course, one of the oldest, founded in 1905 with a membership of over 34,000. Today, we remember the Lodge's longtime president, Paul Loparco, who passed away earlier this year.
All right, and here's the Italian sports cars. Greg has been waiting for representing the region of Puglia. I'm saying that correctly, right? Puglia?
Yes, and that is the region of origin of my grandmother, Rosa, who's watching at home from Modugno, Puglia.
And this is the Order, Sons and Daughters of Italy in America, Grand Lodge of Illinois and Wisconsin, established in 1905 to support Italian immigrants, and the current national membership is approximately 34,000, belonging to more than 350 lodges. And as you mentioned, Paul Loparco passed away earlier this year, being remembered.
There we go.
The region of Puglia delegation is led by its president, Pat Capriati from Domenica Insieme.
All right, Greg, you found your Italian sports cars.
Yeah, I have. We got a Fiat finally, and we got Pat Capriati from the region of Puglia. How many years you been in this?
About 20 years.
About 20 years?
Yes.
And you're rocking the Fiat, but you told me next year you got a different entry.
Next year we're going to have a float built in Puglia, which is going to be 30 feet high. I hope we can fit it here on State Street, but we're looking forward to that as we look forward every year to celebrating our heritage, our Italian heritage.
Maybe we'll put it on the Chicago River and we'll do a bridge lift to get it in here.
It's a great idea. Such a pleasure.
Well, thank you very much. And you've been in the parade for 20 years.
Yes.
What have you seen in that time? Have you seen this parade evolve?
I have seen the parade evolve. I've seen the pride of being Italian-American evolve, and it's such a wonderful, so happy that the JCCIA has taken the lead in bringing the community together. So very, very happy, very excited.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us here today. I'm going to let you guys take off in this. Make sure you loop back around. You know, you can hit Randolph and then come back around to Lake Street so I can hot lap this thing later.
You got
okay?
it. You got it.
All right,
Thank
see you guys.
So
hey, take care.
You too.
It really is going to be the scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I have a feeling, with Greg.
He's not going to let that go. Next up, we have the Justinians Society of Lawyers, of which Pasquale is a member. Pasquale.
Absolutely. They're a group of Italian-American lawyers in Chicago and the state of Illinois, a longtime supporter of the Columbus Day Parade tradition here in Chicago, led by President Brian Monaco and other officers, Catherine Caifano Localo, Michael Bertucci, Michael Greco, Judge Jill Cerrone Marisi, and Sarah LaRose. The Justinian was, of course, a Roman legal scholar, and we honor that tradition by our fantastic group of Italian legal professionals here in Chicago.
Out of all the floats we have coming down State Street, Pasquale, I would bet that you know at least 2 people on each float.
On average.
At least.
You might not be wrong.
Look at the Knights of Columbus coming down State Street, established in 1882 by Father Michael J. McGivney, an Irish Catholic priest. His purpose was to establish a group of men united in their faith and to provide for Catholic families in times of need. Guided by the principles of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism, members of the Knights work to overcome the hardships people face in their parishes and communities, including the Global Wheelchair Mission and many veteran organizations.
And they have a Santa Maria ship replica traveling along with them down State Street today.
Yeah, Ryan, you mentioned, you're absolutely spot on. I was raised going to banquets and dinner dances and events my entire life. So, these people are ultimately part of my extended family.
And that is one thing about the Italian culture is family is far greater than just bloodline. I mean, you know somebody, you take them in, and they instantly become family, and you're doing Sunday dinners.
Sunday dinner is like a tenet of the culture, right?
That's it. And you can't have, we got our cheese merchants there. You can't have Italian food, you can't have Italian culture without cheese. The cheese merchants founded in 1998 by Pasquale Greco and Greco & Sons with more than 2 decades in the Hard Italian Cheese Arena. Cheese Merchants now operates out of a 300,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. And the Cheese Merchants have become an international leader in the Italian cheese market. Their attention to detail, responsiveness, and wide selection of cheese has truly made them a one-stop supplier. You just saw Regina Karma performing on their float.
Then, of course, we have the JCCI Women's Division. There's a large group of women members in the Joint Civic Committee dedicated to preserving Italian-American culture. President Rosemarie Rinaldo has been leading the group for 14 years. Other officers, Carmela Capriati, Anna Marie Castellese, Teresa Di Biasi, Sharon DiPrizio, and Lilia Juarez. On the float, of course, also is the Columbus State Parade Princesses. Young girls already showing their Italian pride at such a young age.
Carl Latour.
We have a very special guest here, Carl Latour. We want to make sure we get everything right about him. 99 years old, a World War II veteran. 99 years old, riding in the parade here today. We are so grateful to him for his service.
Yes, thank you for your service. Thank you to all of the men and women who have served, continue to serve. We have a lot of veterans in this parade, a lot of our law enforcement as well. But Carl Latour, 99 years young, and we say thank you. Let's check in with Greg Dutra. Hey, Greg.
It's only a matter of time before I start riding on a float. You guys know that. I'm here with Uncle Louie.
Hello, thank you. This is Pasqualino. It's our show, December 15th. Shut up, I say it.
And I'm on the Hardcore American float. All right, what's the broken English word of the day?
The broken English is engappa.
Engappa, okay. Okay, let's hear it.
My son, he go casino all the time. Casino, okay? I said, look, you keep it go casino, you gonna engappa, be broke. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter?
Hey, you gotta pay. Get a job. Too much money. Get out of here.
And with that, I'm out of here. Guys, thank you very much. December 15th, right? All right. Hey, take care, guys.
You talk about a couple of characters.
Wow.
We could need some segments, some TV segments with those guys. They should have their own show.
Subtitles, too.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure I got all of that. All right, we have some real dignitaries coming down here. Our very own co-workers, Judy Sue, Rob Elgis, riding behind us behind the Bocce pizza truck, right? Are they?
Yes, for more than 25 years. Bocce Pizza has provided the Chicago area with their signature jumbo slice of pizza and the other Italian food specialties at their multiple locations. There we go. There's our familiar faces. Hey, let's check in with Greg. You know those guys.
Yeah, and what's weird because like emails come out all the time, like, hey, we need you on the float for the parade. We need you on the float for the parade. I did not get an email about being on the Bentley for the parade. Weird, guys.
This is Tracy's car, right?
Yeah, I found it out.
No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
What a great ride this is.
That is fantastic, guys. Unbelievable. Thank you, of course, for coming out to the parade. Tracy, you stayed late?
I know, but for this, why not? Look at this crowd.
And the day turned out to be lovely.
We get 3 meteorologists together. We get good weather.
We could just do our staff meeting right here.
Exactly.
We need to.
It's a lovely day.
All right, Rob is hugging the camera right now. I'll go say hi to Rob.
Rob and Judy.
Rob and Judy. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This paint job.
This is Judy's future car.
Here, take them out here.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I got to teach you how to be on TV.
Yes, okay, right. This is a wonderful car we're borrowing.
We've been pushing all the buttons, testing it out. It's a beautiful day for a convertible.
And happy Columbus Day to you, Greg.
Oh, happy Columbus Day. I cannot get over this car. You got to do your car in this color.
We'll see. This thing is great. Thanks to them for lending it to us. We really appreciate it. Beautiful weather too, Greg.
Beautiful weather, yeah, and you know where the parking garage is, so just, all right. Yeah, make them take a right, and we'll bring it on in, guys. Thank you, guys.
Greg, make Rob jump out, do your work. You take a lap.
All right, the Layton Township, established in 1850, includes the villages of Elmwood Park, River Grove, Franklin Park, Schiller Park, and parts of Bensonville, Rosemont, Melrose Park, Norridge, North Lake, and Park Ridge. Special shout out to the Layton Township Supervisor, Rocco Biscaglio. And before that, big shout out to Vito Zatto at the Vito Zatto Show. You have to check that out.
Look at the size of this Italian flag coming down State Street. That is a lot of pride.
Ryan, you mentioned the closeness and the extension of family in our Italian American culture. There's a famous line from the movie Pope of Greenwich Village with Eric Roberts and Mickey Rourke. They say, a third cousin to an Italian is like a twin brother to an Irish.
And coming down State Street, the Harlem Avenue Little Italy Business Association, founded in 1984 by Gino Bartucci Sr. The Harlem Ave Little Italy Business Association is on a mission to keep the Italian traditions, culture, and community alive, while at the same time strengthening a generations-old Italian neighborhood in Chicago, creating another Little Italy area to be proud of, in addition to the original Chicago Little Italy on Taylor Street. Also marching is the Harlem Avenue Martial Arts School, kicking around, and the master instructors, Frank D. Paola and Dave Hunter.
Of course, the Harlem Avenue Little Italy Business Association is currently led by Gino Bartucci Jr. of also Gino and Marty's restaurant on Randolph Street.
And there we see the martial arts getting some instruction here.
Right. You can't miss Ponzi's. Ponzi's Italian Panzerotti house. That's one of my favorite foods. It's like a calzone, but better. An invention of Puglia.
So martial arts school, kicking around. Any martial artists in this booth?
No, but I believe Judy Sue is a black belt.
Is she really?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, I'm not going to mess with her. And I was thinking about picking a fight with her, too, because you know Judy. You know Judy.
And so what makes, as you said, a panzerotti is it like a calzone but better?
So imagine a pizza, but the sauce and the cheese are on the inside, and you have the dough on the outside. It's fried. It can also come in a baked variety. You bite in, and it's a tradition. You kind of string the cheese right out, and a delicacy of sorts in southern Italy.
Sounds delicious. Sounds like a calzone, but it sounds delicious.
It does. It really does. And of course, pizza invented in Naples, Italy. And as I understand, according to my fun fact sheet, it is said to be, the margarita pizza is said to be named after Queen Margarita.
Absolutely.
And the three colors of the flag, the tomato represents the red, the white representing the cheese, and the basil representing the green in the flag.
And as we were talking about pizza, the DeSoto restaurant is passing us.
Absolutely, another of Scott Harris's hospitality creations.
Yep, located in Highwood, and it will transport you to another place in time. It's like going to Nona's house for Sunday dinner. The dining rooms are rich with brick, stone, wood. The aroma of pomodoro sauce and fresh pasta permeates throughout the entire restaurant.
Now I am hungry.
Fedeli di Padre Pio, an organization that celebrates the devotion to Saint Padre Pio, an Italian priest who dedicated his life to the poor with great piety and humility. Performing on the float is vocalist and Italian X Factor superstar Virginia Perbellini with DJ Alex.
Can we listen in? Can we hear?
I'm hearing a marching band coming up. I'm definitely hearing that.
Oh, Gina Giorgetti. There we go.
There it is, led by Marion Derpetti, wife of the late Tony, and daughter Michelle. They run one of the finest restaurant operations in the United States of America, blending classic with modern touches. It's in every sense of the world an Italian steakhouse. As Michelle would tell you, a Tuscan steakhouse. You get your big bistec alla Fiorentina cut up, your porterhouse steak served near rare temperature. Go there and you will not be disappointed.
And this is a special year for them, of course, honoring Tony, who just passed away last month. And this is the Westosha Central Marching Band. They are from Salem, Wisconsin. The band is under the direction of Mr. Adam Sheely. The 50-member marching band performs in several events throughout the year beyond this parade. They perform football games, parades, halftime shows, and in addition to the marching band, the program consists of 3 concert bands, 2 jazz ensembles, and a pep band. Let's take a listen.
Central High School Marching Band can't help but bring up memories of high school football and Friday Night Lights. It is football weather, too, a little chilly. Mid-50s here on Columbus Day.
Here we have the San Rocco di Potenza float, a 121-year-old organization in Chicago located at St. William's Church. They're the oldest St. Rocco society in Chicagoland and one of the oldest in the country. Their mission is to keep the devotion to St. Rocco alive with their annual feast and charitable causes.
All right, well, we are glad they are joining us today.
And we were talking about music and all the marching bands, but obviously opera, big part of Italy. Operas were invented in Italy, performed in Florence in the earliest stages. Opera is hand in hand with the Italian culture.
Absolutely, and my splendid grandmother Carol sings opera like none other. Unfortunately, that's not a gene that my mother Nina caught. However, she's terrific in her own right, and I'm so fortunate. You know, it all goes back to family, and that's what this day ultimately represents.
And we saw Tony Ocean coming down State Street. The Tony Ocean is one of Chicago's most popular entertainers, with his family being from Italy. His daily show, Ocean's Pit, features exciting guests and great interviews.
And they're saluting Dean Martin this year.
Another great Italian legend, great singer. I had a chance to have dinner with Joe Piscopo and Paul Sorvino. Paul Sorvino has now passed, but what a legend, and it was a great opera singer. And right in the middle of dinner, he wasn't asked to do it, he wasn't prompted to do it. He sat at the head of the table, and he just busted out some beautiful opera.
As one does.
As one does.
Joe Piscopo always has a great tan. Here we have the Vero Coffee and Gelato and the Massa Cafe Italiano, led by the Angelo and Giovanna Lolino family. They're, of course, one of our country's top producers of artisan gelato, Sicilian-style retail pizza, and gourmet coffee.
You were talking about their ciabatta sandwich. Am I saying that
The
correctly?
ciabatta sandwich
What is the ciabatta
some
sandwich?
of the best. An Italian style, typically cold cuts, some form of cheese. Of course, in a Chicago variety, you got to have your hot giardinata, the giardiniera, on a toasted, thin Italian bread.
Beautiful. And you saw Chicago's Midway Dodge, specializing in new and used vehicles, service and reputation. Back to them. Thank you to the Weber family for always supporting the Italian-American community. Followed by Sean Stellata, who has become all of a sudden a famous sports agent. Yes, you know, Sean Stellata represents Tommy Cutlets DeVito. This was a big story in football last year. We're going to check in with Greg with more with Sean.
Yeah, and I am here with Sean Stellato, the super agent and Grand Marshal. How's being a Grand Marshal?
It's surreal. It's definitely a bucket list. I'm so proud of my Italian heritage and honored to preserve the legacies of so many people that came before me. And today, standing on the shoulders of them, it's just a very grateful, humbling experience.
And you're in the parade. Is it the first year you've been in the parade?
Yeah, I don't know if that came part of I got enshrined in the Hall of Fame, the Italian American Sports Hall of Fame last December. But I'm loving it. I love Chicago, the people, the food, incredible experience.
Well, I would say the first time in the parade as the Grand Marshal is probably a pretty good way to do it, not to mention you're rolling in style. What do we got? The Bentley, right?
We got a Bentley. Caesar's killing it on the drive-in. I got my man Scotty behind me.
Nice.
He's been great. And look, I feel like I'm back in high school with this band. Because we all know the band is the real 12th man.
That's exactly it. And it drives the vibe, right?
It drives the vibe, man. But I mean, it's great for the community. It's great for everyone out there that's proud of their traditions and families and heritage.
Well, Sean, thank you very much for being in the parade and your contributions to Italian American history here in the U.S.
I'm blessed to even have a minuscule, and to all my ancestors, they paved the way.
All right.
My mom and dad and my wife and kids, it's for them.
All right, thank you very much.
Bless, man.
I'll let you get back to your sweet ride, all right?
All right.
Greg, tell him we need those blazers for next year. We're gonna have a team squad.
We need to know where you got your blazer so we can wear it next year.
Yeah, without a doubt. So I got Roma Taylor's, Vincent.
Of course he has it.
You know I wasn't coming to Chicago without going big or going home. Sorry.
Oh, you got to see the inside. Yeah, we got to see the inside of this thing.
I used to be a little quicker.
Check that out.
There you go. There you go.
I had a hearing with the Pope. My wife said, you wear it, don't come home. So I went with something more conservative, and she's, like always, was right. And I had a great moment with the Pope, gifting him a custom-made football from Wilson, which is based in Chicago.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wilson on that.
All right, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I guess I can't afford the suit, but thank you very much.
Tell him I got a guy. Tell him.
All right, of course.
Of course, fashion's another one of the grand contributions of Italians to the Western world. My mother did catch that bug.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
And we saw Sean a lot last year on any football broadcast. He represents Tommy DeVito from the New York Giants, and Sean was very flamboyant. He is not shy when it comes to his everything about him, actually.
I think you absolutely need that jacket, though.
Next year. The Pulaski International School Chicago Marching Sabres, Chicago Public Schools International Baccalaureate School is located in the Bucktown neighborhood. Principal Miss Diana Ricassi and Assistant Principal Miss Liz Waltmeyer work very hard to continue the school's reputation for excellence, and the Marching Sabres under the direction of Mr. Tremaine Green.
All right, this is Vasili's Mediterranean Restaurant, another one of the Scott Harris Hospitality Classic, named after the patriarch of the Harris family. It was voted as the best Mediterranean restaurant in Naperville. Vasili's Restaurant pays homage to the warmth and charm of the family's Papo, Greek for grandfather, and Vasili for Bill, the father-in-law of the restaurateur Scott Harris and dad of his beautiful wife, Dana. Vasili was a man of great wisdom and believed, when in doubt, more olive oil. Pasquale?
That's a great rule, and that's one of the reasons why Italians live such a healthy lifestyle. No butter, olive oil.
Olive oil, when in doubt, more olive oil, more garlic. Right?
Only if you don't have an important meeting the next morning.
NG develops, constructs, and operates wind, solar, and storage solutions. This company is taking energy management to the next level. And on the float, direct from Italy, one of the most popular vocalists in Europe, Roberto Palisano.
Is he singing? No. They're having a good time up there.
Casa Nostro Bakery.
Yes, Michele Baking from Bari, Italy. Again, the region of Puglia, splendid region of Puglia. In 1976, Mike and his father opened Casa Nostra Bakery to provide the old world bread recipes to Americans. They expanded with retail products, and the Florio family continues to be one of the most popular bread brands in the Chicago area.
They say one loaf of their Filoni bread is sold every minute.
Well, you know, who doesn't love Italian bread? Other than my waistline can't always afford it, but
Is there
my
a
taste
better
buds certainly
smell
can.
than Italian bread cooking? I don't think so.
And we're very fortunate.
Another great Italian restaurant, OG, by the way. Some of the best bread I've ever had in my life. As we take a look at the Chicago Police Foundation, a nonprofit group made up of Chicago business leaders who raise funds and awareness for programs and equipment that support the Chicago Police Department. This includes bulletproof vests, saddles for the mounted police, and many other needed items and services. Yeah, OG, you remember OG on Grand, and they moved locations.
That famous stretch of Italian-American history in Chicago, down Grand Avenue. You have D'Amato Bakery, Bari Foods, and of course, a continuation of terrific Southern Italian tradition there with some culinary delights. Next, we have the Cesare Battisti Lodge and St. Anthony ISDA, Italian Sons and Daughters of Italy and America. The lodges are chartered members of the Italian-American National Union, were first established in Chicago in 1895 and then realigned in 1925.
All right, this is the Thomas Kelly College Prep Marching Band. Let's take a listen to what they're doing. You are listening to the Thomas Kelly College Prep Marching Band. They have a rich tradition of exceptional performance within the Chicago public school system. They are one of the elite musicians of the CPS system. Happy to return to the parade. We're happy to have them.
And Ancona Jewelers, established in 1983 by Vito Ancona and his three sons. Ancona Jewelers have become one of the most trusted sources for articles of beauty and elegance in the area. Soon they'll open a brand new expanded store down the street from its current location in Addison. Their mission is to earn the loyalty of customers by selling quality products and providing reliable services.
Here they are.
The Diavolo Italian Cars by Auto Sprint. Check out these cars imported from Italy and driven by local collectors and auto enthusiasts. You got brands such as Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, Maserati, Lamborghini, and others to participate in this parade annually and display the masterful, listen to those engines rev, the masterful products that Italy produces. Thank you to John Diavolo for putting them all together. Isn't that something, you know?
I love that little Fiat. I think that is the cutest car.
You could park in Chicago with that car downtown. Oh, that look
Park
at
on
that.
the sidewalk.
How about that Ferrari? That reminds me of the Magnum PI version right there.
That's the thing about Italians. They have a great eye. Every little detail you see on each of these cars is designed and manufactured with aesthetics in mind.
Yeah, if you think about it, it goes back to the history of arts and culture and appreciating beauty, right?
In all of its forms.
In all of its forms, including convertibles and sports cars. We're getting a really good look at just about all of them. I got to say the Ferrari, I don't know if I was given the choice of a Ferrari or Lamborghini, that'd be a tough choice.
Gian Agnelli, who was the president.
I love you got kids in the
Let's
back.
check in with Greg.
This is a family here. You can hold on to this. This is a family car that we got. There are 4 people inside of this car. What kind of car is this?
Fiat 500.
Okay, oh my goodness. And,
1969.
how long have you had it?
16 years.
16 years? And this is just, is it a car you always wanted, or how did you make the decision on this one?
Just fashion.
Just, yeah. And, you know, obviously we were talking about how the Italians have an eye for beauty. And I think in art as well. What is your favorite part about this car?
The engine.
The engine. Can I hear it? All right, hang on. I'll put the... Can you believe that is coming out of this little guy?
Yeah, I would love to know what what the 0 to 60 is on that. It moved pretty quick.
With 4 people in it, I'm not going to imagine. It is very good, seeing as how you probably just doubled the weight of the car by putting people in it.
Yeah, legroom might not be the highlight of that vehicle.
I did not even know there were 2 kids in there until I actually got right up to the side of it. Hard to believe.
Aesthetics over everything.
Yes, exactly. That is the Italian way with car design. I love it.
Gian Agnelli, who was the president of Fiat Motors as well as Juventus soccer team, he was referred to as the King of Italy. He did a famous interview with Barbara Walters in which he asked about his outlook on life. He said, you know, I'm an Italian man. We appreciate beauty in all of its forms. I look at your Rocky Mountains in America, our Mediterranean coast, but nothing in life, Miss Walters, compares to the grand beauty of a beautiful, splendid woman like yourself. And she almost choked and said, we need to cut to commercial. And that's so indicative of the Italian charm and way. And of course, if you get a chance, pull that interview. It's a treat.
Italians known for their charm and charisma as well.
There's a whole line of Alfa Romeos there as well.
Absolutely.
So when you're in Italy, Pasquale, do you rent a vehicle? Do you?
Italian drivers are notoriously horrendous. So
send your emails to Pasquale Gianni. I said one thing about a height in my family, and some of the Italians got mad at me a few years ago. They're going to get mad at you.
The Vespa is a nice touch.
I was going to say, this is my favorite Italian vehicle, the Vespa.
Oh, yeah, the Chicago Vespa Club. The local Chicago Vespa scooter enthusiasts. Classic Italian scooter, of course, been buzzing through the streets of Italy since 1946, and now the Vespa is a symbol of quality and tradition. Local Vespa enthusiasts keep the Italian scooter tradition alive with Sunday morning rides and Vespa-friendly events. The Vespa Club of America is one of the nation's longest-running national clubs, celebrating more than 30 years. And Chicago is one of the organization's first local chapters and one of its largest, with more than 80 members. I don't know if Cheryl Scott is a member, but she does have a Vespa.
She does have a Vespa. I'm not sure, how does a Vespa do in January in Chicago?
Well, believe it or not, that's how I cruise around during summertime.
In summertime.
Summertime.
You stretch it out, I would say, until November. You got to put the gloves on and brave it out.
Got to brave it out. So
it was made for that Italian winter, not the Chicago winter.
Exactly.
And did the Vespa become so popular in Italy because of the narrow streets?
Well, you cut your commute times in half. Wiggle around the traffic, and then, of course, you fit it in between 2 cars to park. So it's efficient nonetheless.
There it is. Forest Park Police Department, big thank you. The concern of the Forest Park Police Department is the safety and quality of life within the community. The department recognizes its obligation to protect constitutional rights, have solutions for issues, plan for the future, and provide leadership to reduce crime. Benio Marti.
Here we have
say thank you.
V Formosa Company and Marconi Foods. The Marconi brand family of food products is the original Chicago-style giardiniera. Since the company's founding in 1898, V Formosa Company has provided the Chicago area with food products of the highest quality. Today it celebrates 125 years and 4 generations in Chicago.
All right, let's send it out to Greg along the parade route. Greg?
I'm not send it out to Greg. I'm going to send it into you.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. I was going to say.
Peppers.
Hey.
Yeah, they're just handing them out. This is what an Italian parade is.
I thought I saw this pop up on the camera somewhere. We
If
just
you
start
could bring a sandwich next, that'd be great.
We're got it, guys. Taking orders.
Who has a better spicy tolerance?
I don't know. I like spice. Do you like spice?
Me too.
No, we're
We can just share
We'll
this
have
jar.
to do a taste test.
That's why they pair us
We'll see who starts sweating first.
I don't know if mine is probably as good as yours, but I'll give it a shot.
Having the giardiniera on a D'Amato's Bakery Italian sandwich. D'Amato's Bakery, so that's another iconic Italian spot if you haven't been on Grand. Some of the biggest, best Italian sandwiches you can get.
Right, Greektown riding right by here. The first Greeks in Chicago arrived as ship captains in the 1840s. They started out as food peddlers and by natural progression became restaurant owners around the turn of the century.
Una fazza, una razza. We salute our Greek brothers and sisters for marching along with us today.
All right, and now we are listening to the Cremoni High School Marching Band, home of the Warriors. Cremoni is a comprehensive 4-year high school. Let's take a listen to some of their musical talents. Team Moni represents a wide range of social, cultural, and religious backgrounds. The Warriors, we are glad they are here performing today.
They sound great. They look great. And definitely, football season is definitely here. By the way, we have a pretty good football team of our own. In London, traveling back, the Bears with a nice victory yesterday.
Barely accurate, though. Did not hold up.
Well, it's not accurate, and that's a good thing.
That was the first thing I thought of yesterday when I saw that.
Yeah, we did a barely accurate prediction every week for the Bears game, and I had a magician who picked the Jacksonville Jaguars to win.
Oh, no.
And by the score, I picked the score, but I didn't know who the winner was going to be, but he was wrong. So.
Oh, here we go. Some marathoners from Italy.
That's it. Some marchers who ran the Chicago Marathon yesterday from Italy. All morning long, people have been posing at the iconic Chicago Theater, which you're seeing right there, with their brand new Chicago Marathon medals. People flying in from all over the globe for this marathon.
Didn't they get enough steps in yesterday? Joining us for the parade today?
You would think. You know, I have the pleasure of serving as co-chair of the Chicago-Milan Sister Cities relationship. We held a nice welcome reception for these folks. Could you imagine there are over 700 Italian runners that come into town for the Chicago Marathon?
And I hear that people actually run this for fun. People run a marathon for fun.
Have you ever done it?
I've done a half marathon, and I couldn't walk for 4 days. 13.1 miles. I couldn't imagine doing the 26.2.
I don't even like to run when someone's chasing me.
That's it. That's about the only time I'm running these days.
Run to dinner. Run to dinner.
Yes, the Pan American Bank. Salute to the Frenoy. Independently owned bank based in Melrose Park. Pan America Bank, led by Nick Giuliano and Frank Cerrone, serves many communities with 6 branches and countless happy customers. They offer a full list of products and services to support all clients and businesses' needs through the customizable and adaptive service. Joining them on the float is the JCCIA Avanti group of young Italian-American professionals, something that Pasquale is very, very familiar with.
Absolutely. We have a terrific envoy this year of folks that are really excited and passionate about our special holiday.
As we take a look at Bob Fioretti and Cook County State's Attorney float coming down.
Election day just a few weeks away.
And going back to the Frenoy, Pasquale, of course, that is the Italian-American magazine of choice. Have you been on the cover?
Well, I haven't been on the cover. However, I am on the board, and I have
a weekly column, right?
And I have a weekly column. Yes, that's Liz. It's focused on youth Italian-American causes. It's called Gioventù, which in Italian means youth, and it's been growing in popularity. Thankfully, they might want to keep me around. But you know, it's one of those old world publications that really highlights the happenings and events that are going on in our community, here in America as well as in Italy.
I think the Frenoy was the first cover I was ever on, maybe the last. I have been on the Frenoy, and my grandparents got a copy of it, and that to me, that's like their Super Bowl.
Do you have it
trophy.
framed?
They have it framed.
Thanks to Paul Basil, of course.
Hey, Greg, let's check in with you, buddy.
Back on another float again, and I've got Steve Belich here from the Will County Italian American Association. How's he doing in the parade?
We're having a great time.
Yeah, and how many years have you guys been in this?
This is our second one.
This is your second year?
Yeah, we're growing. We're Will County, and we're growing like crazy.
What do you think about the weather this year compared to last year? It's
the same thing.
It's the same thing, right? It's October in Chicago. It's like, what are you going to do?
Does it bother us? No.
No. What does it mean to you to be included in the parade here?
Well, it's part of our culture.
Yeah.
And we got to start expanding our culture.
Yep.
Because guess what? The whole world needs to be Italian. We eat good.
Yeah.
We love to have a good time.
Got an eye for art?
Eye for art. We got science. We got everything.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll hop off your float. No, let you get back to it.
God bless you.
All right. See ya. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Everybody wants to be Italian. I'll tell you what, in junior high, I did have a buddy of mine that said, it is so cool that you're Italian. I wish I was Italian. I've never forgotten that. And it's just one of those things that when you are Italian, you take a lot of pride in it. I have a brother that just got married, Vinny Chiavarini. He's the most Italian name in our family. And he loves being Italian more than anybody. That's a big part of our culture, too, is the pride and really embracing the heritage.
And there is an American love story with Italian-American
Disney Plus celebration.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Music's highest honor goes to Cher, Mary J. Blige, Ozzy Osbourne, Dave Matthews Band, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Jimmy Buffett, Dionne Warwick, A Tribe Called Quest, and Foreigner. Plus, performances by Dua Lipa, Kelly Clarkson, Jelly Roll, and more.
Outrageous!
The 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Streaming live Saturday on Disney Plus.
Sometimes the smallest cracks can cause the biggest chills. This fall, watch out for The Draft.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Did you know that bulging leg veins are not just cosmetic? They are often a health issue that can worsen if untreated. Take the first step to pain-free legs by calling United Vein Centers. Treatment is covered by Medicare and most health insurance. Call us today to schedule your fee vein screening at one of our locations.
At Patrick Auto, we know you count on your car every day. That's why we promise to take care of you every day. Buying a new car isn't just a transaction, it's a relationship. It starts with exploring Patrick's huge selection of new and certified used vehicles. Plus, every purchase comes with the Patrick Promise, our legendary pledge to deliver exceptional care mile after mile. Visit PatrickCars.com or a showroom today.
Taking care of you every day. That's the Patrick Promise.
Get an 11% rebate on your home upgrade. Now at Menards. Get style and durability at a budget-friendly price. Bryant Vinyl Plank flooring is waterproof, easy to install, and is only $159 per square foot after rebate. Transform your home with top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and Criterion. Save over $800 on this KitchenAid electric convection range after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back live to State Street, that great street in downtown Chicago. It's the 2024 Columbus Day Parade. Ryan Chiavarini alongside Liz Nagliani today, and Pasquale Gianni. We have Greg Dutra on the street. It has been a really nice turnout, especially considering we are having some fall-like weather. Weather about in the mid-60s or mid-50s and a little bit overcast, but hey, we're still having a great time.
Just enthusiasm keeping us warm.
We need some Italian pasta. We need some pasta fazool to keep us warm over here.
Well, that's a great winter dish.
Well, I said to
Warms the
Pasquale at
soul.
the beginning, we should just have a constant stream of some Italian espresso up here.
Oh, I would love that.
Right?
Some espresso martinis. Hey, don't judge.
The average Italian drinks 5 espressos a day.
Is that right?
I like that
It
that's
is right.
the average.
Yes. I'm on the high end.
What do you say? First thing in the morning?
First, all throughout the day. Even right
When
before
in
bed.
doubt, when in doubt, pour
Here,
espresso.
we do have the Forno Rosso Italian pizzeria led by Nick Nitti. He's created one of the most authentic Napolitan-style pizza experiences in the Chicago area. They're located on Harlem Avenue as well as Randolph Street in the West Loop.
Yeah, and you know, there's so many different styles of pizza.
Actually, my favorite thing about Forno Rosso is the best gluten-free pizza I found in the city.
Gluten-free?
Gluten-free pizza. I'm going to have to ask you about this someday, Pasquale. I have celiac. I can't enjoy all of the wonders of Italy like I'd like to. So.
And that's a growing market, Italian restaurants that have a whole gluten-free program.
Right, because a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, that's pretty tough to find. Italian and gluten-free doesn't go hand in hand, but yeah.
It's difficult. You want the flavor, but you know. Anyway, Franklin Park Plumbing.
Franklin Park Plumbing began in 1947, focusing on commercial and industrial plumbing, sewer and water. Brothers Tony and Giuliano Petrucci are keeping the tradition alive and the legacy alive. Also on the float is the official Miss Italiano, Miss Gianna Petrucci. And Greg, we'll check in with you, buddy.
I will. I'm going to give this mic to you, Gianna. You're in the parade here, and with the Franklin Park Plumbing, right?
Yes, Franklin Park Plumbing.
And who's this with you?
This is Cash, our hunting dog.
Cash, what a good boy. What breed is Cash?
He's a German short-hair pointer.
Oh my goodness, and isn't he beautiful? Have you been in the parade before?
Yes, I've been in it for the past 10 years or so.
Oh, since you're a kiddo.
Yes, since I've been little.
What's your favorite part of it? Is it like a big family event?
Yeah, we all get everybody on the float, and it's a nice time to hang out with our family.
Oh, that's awesome. And you bring the dog down with you and everything like that.
Yeah, he's part of the family.
Awesome. Well, so is it a family business, or what do we got?
Yes, it's a family business. My dad and my uncle took it over after my grandfather came here from Italy. He worked for Franklin Park Plumbing, and my dad and my uncle took it over.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being in the parade today. Give Cash some scratches for me.
Sounds
Enjoy the
good.
rest.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
All right, plenty of sirens. We've got a lot of law enforcement represented out here today.
It's a safe place to be right now.
It's a very safe place to be. Hardwood Heights.
Village of Harwood Heights. We've got the village of Norridge out here. And Norwood Park Township marching right behind them. So we've got a whole group of people coming right down here on State Street in front of the Chicago Theater.
And we missed the SACA, the Sicilian American Cultural Organization, led by its president, Sam Canizzato, sending our best to them as well.
Movers and Shakers Dance Company.
Things got a little backed up there where, like, you know, we go out to Greg, he gets chatting, and then the parade slows down a bit. Oh, there we go. We got some candy being thrown into the crowd.
That's it. And we talk about Italian fun facts. Eyeglasses invented in Italy.
Really?
And Pasquale, you know what city they were invented?
I do not.
Venice.
Oh, okay.
And it was because of the high quality glass that was available in Venice, and eventually eyeglasses.
First casino in the world, also in Venice, as well as the first university was founded in Italy, 1088, the University of Bologna.
So many fun facts. You are actually the wealth of knowledge in the Italian community. That's why we turn to you for all things Italian.
What's your favorite little-known fact about Italy or the Italian culture?
Well, you know, one of the everybody thinks the telephone was invented by an American, Alexander Graham Bell, but it's well documented that an Italian, Antonio Meucci, actually conceived the first telephone at least 2.5 years prior, but because of patenting issues is not often credited with that invention.
Okay. The telephone invented in Italy.
Yeah.
What would we do without our phones?
Yeah, you're right. To a fault at this point, but yeah. We talked about the operas from Italy. 13 of Shakespeare's 38 plays also set in Italy.
So where do you, when you were growing up, where do you head after the Columbus Day Parade? What's the follow-up to that?
There's a number of official after parties. Folks will be congregating at Casa Italia in Stone Park. There's an Avanti after party at Volare Restaurant. Shout out to our dear friend Benny.
Oh, love Benny. Love Benny.
So food is the follow-up.
Food and fine wine. Wine, women, and mozzarella. That's what life is all about.
And you just saw Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat of Naperville providing lowest prices and the highest quality. There's a look at Buona Beef and Rainbow Cone Trucks. The Buona Volanto family of restaurants has been a neighborhood staple for more than 4 decades, taking over from their parents, Joe and Peggy. Sons Carlo, John, Joe, Jimmy, and Donnie have taken the reins and not only propelled the Buona Beef brand to new heights, but also brought the traditional rainbow cone to a new level.
Pistachio part of that traditional rainbow cone, right?
Absolutely.
One of the best flavors of gelato, I'd say.
No question. And a true Sicilian pistachio from Sicily, and you make it fresh. There's nothing like it.
The Berwyn Police Department. Congratulations to Berwyn Chief of Police, Michael Sigmalia, the 2024 Italian American Police Association Man of the Year.
And they are joined by the Italian American Civic Organization of Berwyn, founded in 1966. It has promoted Italian heritage with cultural programs and scholarship awards for decades.
Italian beef, a decidedly non-Italian tradition and a very distinctly Chicago tradition. But there's so many, you know, we have Buona Beef, we have Al's Beef, Portillo's, another famous in Elmwood Park, you have Johnny's Beef. There's a lot of competition in that space too, but I will say it's a great Chicago Italian-American tradition if you're to string all of those words together.
Okay.
The Roberto Clemente Community Academy Marching Band. Roberto Clemente Community Academy is a public 4-year high school located in the Westtown area of Chicago. Operated by Chicago Public Schools, school is named after the legend, Puerto Rican Hall of Fame baseball player Roberto Clemente. MVP of the World Series in 1971 for the Pittsburgh Pirates, died tragically in a plane crash while trying to bring supplies after a devastating earthquake. But what a legend, Roberto Clemente. His legacy lives on. and his marching band honoring his name as well.
And if you notice, all of the great Hispanic players thereafter don the number 21 in his honor. Sammy Sosa, Vladimir Guerrero, he was a true pioneer in so many regards.
Was the first World Series MVP full Spanish-speaking player. Was the very first. Pittsburgh Pirates beating the Baltimore Orioles, and I know that just because my father is a historian in baseball. He can name every World Series winner from 1946 till today, and I recently put it all on video, and it's on social media, so yeah, 1971.
That is impressive. This is Lisa Caparelli-Ruff. Lisa Caparelli-Ruff, she's an Italian-American regional superintendent of schools in Will County, representing 167 schools, more than 100,000 children in Will County, the third largest county in Illinois, sponsored by Forte Therapeutic Day School.
And you all recognize them. The Jesse White Tumblers. You already know them by those outfits, by the trampolines that are coming out, by the pads on the roof of the van. The Jesse White Tumblers, an Illinois treasure, began by the legendary former Illinois Secretary of State, Jesse Blanco White.
Jesse Bianco. He actually speaks pretty good Italian,
yes.
I must say. He grew up with in an Italian-American community, a statesman, and what he's been doing for these kids all these years with the tumbling team is nothing short of remarkable. We salute you, Jesse.
And it is not a parade in Chicago without the Jesse White Tumblers.
Yes, Bianco, he has done such a great job with this group. It's all about helping the next generation, giving them direction.
He's been a mentor to so many. If you talk to Alderman Walter Burnett, for example, in the city of Chicago, who's now the longest serving alderman, he's been there since 1995. He'll tell you, Jesse White saved my life. Took me off the streets, and I owe my career in politics and in the community to Jesse.
And they have very strict academic standards as well that you have to maintain in order to be part of the group.
Absolutely.
And you think about so many of the organizations that we've seen, the marching bands, the dance groups, Jesse White Tumblers. It is all about getting your education first, being a good student, being responsible in the community, being taught so many of the things that help shape who we are in our formative years into adulthood.
Jesse White Tumblers heading down State Street for their next performance a few blocks down.
Of course, we have the reviewing stand just a few blocks down at State and Madison, where the Teamsters Joint Council 25 tractor trailer semi serves as the reviewing stand of floats on the street for our attendees. There's Secretary of State Jesse Bianco himself.
Jesse White. Boy, we've had him in the ABC7 studios countless
such a
times.
treasure.
Oh, he's the best. I always ask him to perform when I see him. I want to know if he can do any of the high-flying stunts. Yeah.
Ever youthful, Jesse White.
That's right. And the Jesse White Tumblers they'll make 2 or 3 stops in a day with their performances as well.
Oh, easily. All right, Onesti Entertainment.
Yes, our president, Ron Onesti. He's the owner of the Arcata Theater in St. Charles and the Displains Theater. Onesti Entertainment produces more than 500 shows annually with its restaurants, speakeasies, bars, and special events. I wanted to thank the Teamsters Union. Of course, they are our gracious sponsor every year, providing the semi-truck. It's President Tom Steedy, the entire executive board. You saw earlier my friend, Executive Director Mike DeGrazia, in our earlier vignette. Thanks to the Teamsters and all the men and women of the labor movement.
And we also just saw the Society Burgio?
Yes, Burgio for women. They are a women's organization founded in 1953, focused on Italian cultural and social activities. They've actually experienced a great resurgence as of late.
And another marching band, the Golder College Prep Marching Band. A joyful and inclusive community that empowers students to think creatively and critically. They're located at 1454 West Superior Street in Chicago, and we are joined today by their marching band. Let's take a quick
Look at those
listen.
uniforms. I like those.
Yeah, the camo. restaurateurs represented today?
Being a pizzaiolo in Italy, that's a profession. You have to go through rigorous training. You have to examine the dough, the sauce, to make sure it's all of quality that would be deemed by an Italian foodie, let's say, as top-notch. Because serving a bad pizza in Italy is, of course, a great sin.
Is it a crime?
Almost a crime.
So it's like the pizza version of a sommelier.
Exactly.
The Polish American Congress. October is Polish American Heritage Month. There are currently about 10 million Americans of Polish descent in the U.S. The Polish Highlanders is one of the foremost Polish cultural groups in Chicago, filled with pride and what great costumes and songs. The JCCIA says thank you to Michael Nedzinski and all the good people of the Polish American Congress for supporting the Italian-American brothers and sisters.
We've talked a lot about the multicultural nature of this parade, and that, of course, is a theme this year. Bring a picture of Pope Francis there.
Well, Chicago, of course, is the second largest Polish community outside of Warsaw, and they are such a vibrant people that have contributed a great deal to the fabric of Chicago, and of course, they're participatory every year in our parade, and our brothers and sisters in just about every cause and fight. We stand arm in arm together.
And they are followed by the Polish American Congress.
Yeah, when you think about the different cultures, we have really seen it all today, Pasquale. And from the time that you have started coming to this parade to now, how much of that has grown?
There's an ever-growing emphasis on multicultural inclusion, and rightfully so, because ultimately that is the Colombian idea and experience. Of course, we do know Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, and that ushered in a new world of multicultural exchange and the movement of people and ideas and goods and cultures and cuisines. You go anywhere in the world now, you're going to find a pizzeria or an Italian restaurant. So, of course, we have great reason to celebrate all of that, as well as all of the vibrant cultures and their contributions to our way of life.
And Greg brought us some Jardinera earlier. Let's check in with him right now. Hey, Greg.
Now I'm bringing you a pink Cadillac, right? Like, how cool is this pink Cadillac? The old 32-valve North Star engine in it. How are you guys doing today?
We're excellent.
You're excellent. So let's get some names here. We'll get acquainted.
The owner is Joe.
Yeah, and you are?
Tony.
And have you guys been in the parade before, or is this first year?
My first time.
First time in the parade. What year is this?
93.
It's a what?
93.
93. I want you guys to see something here. I'm going to go around the side here. You guys hold on to that, and I'll keep chatting with you.
Okay.
Look at the dashboard on this thing. It's 93, and they've got like a digital dash. This is like from the future, right?
Yeah, it was pretty high-tech.
Yeah, it was pretty high-tech back then. Pretty cool car. So you guys hanging out in the parade with us here today, and what are you guys doing afterwards?
We're still going to celebrate.
So there's a number of after parties. If you decided which one you're going to,
we got to get a little more wine on us.
Well, thank you very much. A beautiful car that you got here, and I appreciate you guys coming out for the parade. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care, guys.
Yeah, pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
Actually, my very first car was a 1962 pink Cadillac, but by the time I bought it in 1994, it was beige brown. We called it the beige bomber. If it started, we celebrated. And then if I got down the street without running out of gas, we celebrated again. Yeah, the very first car I owned, 62 Cadillac. It was a boat.
It was originally pink?
Yeah, it was a pink Cadillac. Dusty Rose was the factory paint, actually. Yeah. John Neri Construction Company, based in Addison. John Neri Construction Company is the third-generation family-owned underground construction company. The Neri family immigrated to America from the Molise region of Italy back in 1966 and established the family business 10 years later. They continue the company to honor the patriarch, John Neri, who lives with them always.
And then that's followed by the Perricone Brothers Landscaping. Perricone Brothers provides professional design, installation, and seasonal maintenance. They produce high-grade plant materials in their garden center in Volo, Illinois, and they also have a nursery in Woodstock, Illinois.
And we're hearing those horns pretty loud out here. Can barely hear ourselves think. They're having a good time. Does time fly or what? We've been on the air for 2 hours, and we are just about wrapping up here. We got to give a big thank you to everybody who helped make this parade possible. Once again, the 2024 Columbus Day Parade. Big thank you to Streets and Sands, our police department, the ABC7 team, our producer, Kathy Carperini.
Kathy. Of course, all the JCCA office staff who made sure that this parade went down the street successfully.
And of course, the Office of Cultural Affairs and Special Events here in Chicago could not do this without them, this annual parade.
Yep, on behalf of myself, Brian Chiavarini, I would like to check back in with Greg one last time.
Guys, thank you very much again for having me on the streets for the parade. Great time on State Street in front of the legendary Chicago Theater and, of course, the station. Thanks. I hope to see you guys again next year.
All right, Greg Dutra. His name ends in Italian, so he is Rado Nesti. Get over here, buddy. You're on camera. How are you, pal?
Great job.
Yes.
How'd everything go out there?
Happy Chiavarini Day.
Chiavarini today.
Everybody did amazing.
You were
This was
great,
wonderful.
Ron. Grazie. Another successful year here at the Columbus Day Parade. What's the highlight that stands out the most for this for you every year, Pasquale?
Well, in the name of diplomacy, again, I'll step aside. But you know what? This is a terrific vantage point of the parade. Thank you for having me again to the team. Nobody does it quite like ABC7 Chicago here. This has been a terrific parade. It keeps getting better and better every year, I must say.
It sure does. It was nice to see the Native American tribes join the parade this year, in the spirit of cultural awareness.
That's right. It's all about respecting one another, respecting cultures. I know there was 5 tribes represented, more than 40 Native Americans, and it was just a fabulous day. Are you going to keep your Italian name, most importantly?
I think so. At least we'll bring it back next year. I'm going to see if I can move into my Italian culture.
That's it. Well, on behalf of me, Ryan Chiavarini, Liz, Pasquale, Greg Dutra, and everybody here at ABC7, happy Columbus Day.
Attention, do you live with chronic knee pain? Is climbing the stairs, even standing up, frustrating and painful? Please note that knee replacement surgery is not your only option. A treatment is now available that is so effective, Medicare fully approved it, and it's not surgery. It's a lubricating gel that the highly trained doctors at the Joint Relief Institute gently place inside your knee, stimulating your body's ability to improve the cushioning inside the joint that you've lost over the years. We've treated over 20,000 patients, resulting in thousands of 5-star Google reviews.
People don't understand pain unless they really live with it. And the relief that these shots have given me is unbelievable.
I've received treatment and walked out pain-free. It was quite awesome.
Stop living in pain. Appointments are filling up fast, and the call is 100% free. Call 1-800-431-3914. That's 1-800-431-3914.
Do you or a loved one suffer from varicose veins, spider veins, leg pain or cramps, swollen legs, ulcers in the legs, or difficulty standing for a long period of time? If left untreated, these symptoms can become more severe, leading to more serious medical problems. USA Vein Clinics is a national leader in vein care, and we are passionate about helping you get back to doing the things you love. Call today to schedule your consultation. Don't delay. Treatment only takes 15 minutes, and you can resume normal activity the same day. The best part is that treatment is covered by most insurance plans, including Medicare. Don't wait another day to take control of your life again and get back to doing the things you love. Visit usaveinclinics.com or call to schedule your consultation at 847-930-5830. That's 847-930-5830.
The stories that impact your life. Inside Edition.
Just stop beating yourself up. You just keep saying that to make me feel better. I'm saying it to you because it's the truth, and you are too close to the situation to see it.
I created this situation.
No, your father created the situation by letting things spiral out of control with Kate. You have nothing to be sorry for.
But if he admits that he can't...
Then he is doing the best thing for everyone involved. Your father got us into this, and he's the one who has to get us out.
Wait. There's something you should know.
Detective, now is not the time.
Well, I don't think this can wait.
It can wait.
No, You got something to say, say it.
I don't care. I would like to know why I am just getting this now.
I just got it myself. What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know. Commissioner, you want to explain why I wasn't notified about your new evidence in the Alexis Davis case?
Here.
Oh, thank you. Got a little too ambitious thinking I could carry it all.
That happens to the best of us.
Thank you. You were great in there. I know it was your first time as a police witness, but you seemed like a pro.
I appreciate it. I'm mostly just glad that it's over.
Yeah. One less thing to worry about.
Guess you can add your mom to that list.
What do you mean?
I just figured you'd be relieved about the new evidence in her case.
What new evidence?
Oh, I should have known you're the reason I'm here. What did you get me into this time?
No, no mistake. Access spy, Dr. Portia Robinson.
Hey, boss. What's up? I was wondering if you found anything new on Heather Weber's test results?
Well, hey, what a nice surprise. My beautiful wife dropping in the middle of the day. Babe, what's wrong?
I didn't listen to you. You told me to leave Heather Weber's case alone. And I didn't.